Hello everyone, it's been a while since I did this kind of video, this format, this fashion. I'm back and I've been away for almost a month. So I went for a work travel and then a few side trips. It's my first travel in the continent of Europe. So natik na yung bucket list ko. Thank you Lord. Salamat sa'yo. I went to Denmark and then side trip in Berlin, Germany, and then Paris, France, and then my last stops were in Madrid and Barcelona in Spain. And with that, siguro mag-share lang ako ng mga a few insights ko just to kick off this video making again. It's been a while since I've been putting out content here. Alam naman natin na meron din akong ibang buhay apart from this. So I will be sharing with you some of my observations there firsthand as a first timer in Europe. Okay? So, disclaimer lang, if you have been there for a few times now, you've been a regular there, and you might find my observations like, oh yeah, napuntahan ko na yan, oh nagawa ko na yan, oh na-experience ko na yan eh. Then, my content might not be your cup of tea. It's okay if you scroll up and find something else, but I'm doing this for those who might be going to Europe very soon or might be planning and they're already working on their stuff. I'll be sharing with you a few here. Let's see if we can make this as concise as it is. So let's go. Okay, first observation. I think m- most Asians can already attest to this. They don't have bidet. That's a given. And so when you go to restrooms in Europe, almost all restrooms, whether in public places, in hotels, except lang siguro if the hotel that you're staying in might be has this international standard na siguro or something, but almost all talaga wala. So it's really tissue and the bowl. My suggestion for you guys, if you will be traveling anytime soon, marami na ngayong binibentang portable bidet sa Shopee and Lazada and even sa TikTok shop. So, take that time to buy one and put it in your luggage para hindi rin ganun ka-bulky. So, yun. Tapos, as for me kasi nagdala rin ako ng wet wipes or yung, yeah, sorry, I know it's the brand, wet tissues so that it's at least it's handy in your bag just in case lang kasi obviously hindi nga hindi niyo naman madadala yung portable bidet niyo kapag nasa mall kayo or sa public spaces. Sa mga hotel yun, most likely magagamit niyo siya. Pero pag nasa labas na kayo sa mga pupuntahan nyo, mahirap yun. I don't know how you can be able to manage having that portable bidet with you. Okay, second is mahal talaga tubig doon. I'm referring to drinking water. So drinking water, if you buy it in groceries or convenience stores, it's really expensive. And if you eat outside, most restaurants, not all, most restaurants even charge it as part of their menu. So be ready to bring a tumbler. And if you are staying in hotels, better na mag-refill na kayo ng tubig doon. Then dalhin nyo yung tumbler nyo sa labas. Just make sure that you don't forget it when you go to public spaces. Because, yun nga, if you want to save while you are on your travels, most hotels naman na nastayan ko, they say na the tap water is okay naman daw, pero to drink. Pero ako kasi for the safer side, since nagkaroon na ako ng amoebiasis before, I really have to be careful with the water. Kaya buti na lang din pala, blessing in disguise, I brought tumbler. And I just refilled it at the hotel pa lang. So, yun. Okay, observation number 3. Nung nagpunta kasi ako doon, it's around spring going to summertime na sila. Kaya naranasan ko yung heat wave, pero hindi pa naman over, unlike yung ngayon na nababalitaan natin sa news. Naranasan ko yun sa Spain na the temperature was already just between 20 to 27 or 28 degrees Celsius. Ganun na siya kataas. So, but I know Asians would say, sanay naman kami dyan. Okay, especially yung mga taga Southeast Asia. Sanay naman tayo dyan, mga siblings, I know. Pero kasi iba yung init. I mean, yung in terms of the temp, yes, correct. Kaya natin. Pero, unlike kasi in Asia, it's kinda humid. So, ang tendency, medyo malagkit siya sa balat. Pero sa Europe, it's like, parang tumutusok sa balat mo. Parang nagpiprick siya sa balat mo. Ganun. Just a few hours of exposure outside that you are not using an umbrella or any protection for your skin, like siguro a scarf or something, madaling masunburn. So, in fact, right now, may sunburn pa ako ng konti. Pero pa-recover na, pabalik na dun sa dati kong color. But when I was there, pag bumabalik ako sa hotel, napapansin ko na parang humihiwalay na yung kulay ko. May mga markings na. So, it's proof na ganun katindi lang yung sikat ng araw sa kanila. And ang problem lang din kasi, ito going na ako sa observation number 4, mahaba yung duration ng araw sa kanila versus nighttime. I don't know, maybe it's just because they are at the upper part of the continent, or nung nagpunta kasi ako doon, 10:00 na maliwanag pa. Kaya din siguro hirap na hirap ako matulog kasi feeling ko maaga pa. So, mga 10 PM pa lang medyo dumidilim, unti-unting dumidilim. Pero pagdating ng mga 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, nagsa-start na ring lumiwanag. So, parang ang dating nung ratio ng sun and moon nila 16:8. Ganun. Sabi din kasi ng mga colleagues ko na nakatira sa Denmark, ano talaga ganun na talaga yung parang ranging ng ano nila. In fact, sa ibang parts pa nga daw ng Europe, lalo na sa mga upper parts, minsan pa nga daw parang 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours na lang yung araw. Minsan pa nga daw, madaling araw na, saka palang magdidilim. I mean, that's on top also of the time zone difference, which can affect your body clock in terms of sleeping and waking up. Kaya nung nandun ako, yung insomnia ko lalong nag-manifest. That's also the reason why I have been lazy doing videos and content for quite a while na when I came back, because I was trying to recover from my sleeping habits. Kasi hirap na hirap talaga ako. I mean, napunta ako sa -6, tapos biglang pag-uwi ko +6 naman na kagad. Ganun. And my last observation for now, so don't worry, this is not gonna be the end of my videos regarding my recent travels. But siguro observation number 5 is almost majority of the stores, restos, malls are closed on Sunday. So, as compared to Asia, even Sundays, mas lalo pa nga nag-o-open yung mga malls, no? Kasi it's considered a day for families to go to the malls and do their shopping or bond also with friends, ganyan. Plus, yung mga cafes, restos, ganyan, di ba, nag-open din ng Sunday. And sa atin kasi ang off is more on a Monday. Kasi walang gano ring namamasyal talaga pag Lunes kasi it's the start of the work week or the school week, ganyan. But in Europe, it's a different story. Majority ng mga places na naabutan ko na nandun ako ng Sunday, sarado talaga. And ang mga nag-o-open lang is yung mga eating places or convenience stores na malapit na sa mga public transport or yung mga major tourist spots talaga nila. So, taking instance lang nung nasa Barcelona na ako, nag-check ako kasi may malapit na mall dun sa hotel na ni-stayan ko. Tapos, buti na lang chinek ko sa Google kung kung Monday to Sunday ba sila bukas. Tapos biglang nakita ko, nakalagay dun closed on Sunday. Oh my God, sabi ko bigla. Kailangan ko nang bumili ng mga, kahit pa paano, konting mabibili ko pa uwi. So, hindi rin ako ganun nag-shopping unfortunately because sa accommodation and food pa lang and transpo, magastos na. So, yun. Saturday pa lang, namili na ako. Plus, pati yung food ko na parang, yung mga, bigla kang nag-cravings late night ng chips or ng chocolate. Bumili na talaga ako. Kaya nung Sunday, the next day, confirmed, wala talaga. Sarado yung mall. Ang ginawa ko na lang nun, nagpunta ako ng beaches. So, 2 beach yung pinuntahan ko ng Sunday na yon. And at least doon, bukas yung mga restos. Kasi nga, it's a major or key tourist spot. Well, actually, in the Philippines before, when I was still younger, may ganong practices naman din before. It's just that siguro times have changed and siguro na-observe lang talaga ng mga malls na mas maraming customers pagka weekend. Kaya ginawa na lang nilang Monday to Sunday. Pero sa Europe, for them, it's family time. It's family day. They really promote work-life balance. That's it for now, guys. I know that's just a few and in fact, medyo basics na nga din yun kasi for those who have been frequenting Europe, they would tell you already the same observations. But at least I'm sharing with you firsthand and these are all recent. As I've said earlier, as a first-timer, nakakatuwa lang din na at least ngayon, yung naririnig ko na sinasabi ng ibang tao, na-experience ko na din firsthand. Well, I'm spreading my manifestation fairy dust to all of you na sana marating nyo din yon. And if you're going there soon, sana maging safe kayo on those trips. Okay? This is not the end. Of course, there will be a few. From here on now, I'll be once in a while going back to making videos. And pag mga gantong kahaba na medyo more on YouTube ko na siya ipopost. But my accounts are still up and running. It's Seize the Moments PH. So I have it on Instagram and on TikTok. That's it for me, guys, and hope you'll continue to follow and like. And if you have comments or maybe questions regarding my recent travel to Europe, let me know. Hit it in the comment section and let's see if I can figure out how to answer them or if I can really answer them or not. At least magiging honest na ako sa inyo kung hindi talaga kaya. Okay? That's it. Bye, guys!